already know, Deja. This is how we are.
Yeah.
You know, and I don't know when it's gonna ever get right, but all I know that I felt that there was something that was missing, and that I'm gonna go back and get the people from the era who people remember and make records on them.
Love it.
And that's what I end up doing, and then it turned out to be something great.
That's dope.
Got to keep breathing and got to keep fighting.
Did that just come to you?
Well, actually, with the team of writers, that's kind of how it came about. I was like, through some tears and talking about what I want to talk about on the album, on different songs, by carrying on, finishing the work that that God has started in me, and I'm just trying to complete that he started. So that's why working for me, the number one, the 11th number one single, that's what that was about. It's like the Lord just reassured me, even though I can't see him working, but he's working in my behalf.
I've grown up on 125th Street, Grand Progress, 2 blocks away from the Apollo, and get the key to the city. It just shows me that everything that I've tried to accomplish, I've accomplished it to a degree where people respect that and acknowledge what I've done in the whole game or the music game, and they can acknowledge, and I get, and they're giving me my flowers while, I'm here to get them.
But you made it all the way to the top 20.
Yeah.
So what was how did that help you transition into where you are today?
I guess it gave me tougher skin. At that point, I was really new. I didn't even know what I was doing. Like I said, it was random. So once I got in there and it started getting my hopes up, oh wow, I could be a singer. Then it was wait, no, this ain't that. This ain't that. This is just this a show for them. This ain't got nothing to do with you and your gift. So for me, that was that. And it was okay, sometimes it's not all about what I think my purpose should be. Sometimes there's another purpose and that you have to fulfill for another reason. So I learned that curve was there, and I didn't know that.
The internet could be tough.
It's tough, yeah.
Nowadays. How has that experience been for you as far as how people have been approaching you?
It's been interesting navigating that, especially after the wedding scene. I got a lot of hate. A lot of people reached out to my business, gave bad reviews. My number got leaked in the situation. So it was a lot of hate coming my way. But, like I said, it comes with the territory. I try to make the best decision that was for me. And I know that a lot of people don't really get the insight in terms of what my perspective was. Even the way how they edited me, I don't think a lot of people got to really understand who I was and some of the decisions that I made. But I'm just navigating it every day. Like I said, I was a regular guy, before all this stuff happens. So it's kind of weird when now your whole life is getting publicly analyzed and people got opinion about everything that you do. So that's been tough navigating, but I feel like every day I'm getting better at it.
What inspires you when you get that, I think I want to go write a song?
Everyday life, and during the pandemic, I really, I don't want to say that the wrong way. I was going to say I enjoyed the pandemic, but what I enjoyed was just being at home, not having to go anywhere.
Yes.
That was hard for some people, but for me, I was enjoying myself. Just me and myself.
Yes.
And so during this journey, I was able to sit and write what I was feeling. Doing my run, I write some great songs while I'm running.
Really? But how do you remember the melody or even the lyrics? Are you stopping
just in me. Now, if it's one of those melodies that I think I may forget, I'm listening on my phone while I'm running, and so I'll stop and I'll pick up my phone and I'll sing into it and I'll continue to run.
Okay.
Yeah, so I had initially I was in the studio working with Dr. Dre, and we had did 30 or 40 songs, and then I felt like the stuff I was writing, the music he gave me, the soundscape was unbelievable, but I felt like my writing wasn't up to par relative to the music that Dre was giving me, so we took a little break. During that break, I had a dream, and Phife Dawg from A Tribe Called Quest came in me in a dream, and he's like, yo, that new album you making is gonna be dope. And I'm like, yeah, but he made a funny face, and that face told me, nah, he was being sarcastic. So, when I woke up, I knew I couldn't call Phife, but something just kept weighing on me. I said, let me call Q-Tip up. So I called Tip up. I'm like, yo, Tip, what up? Like, what's up, big bro? I'm like, yo, I want to make an album. He's like, well, what kind of album you want to make? I said, pickle juice, hot sauce, pimentos in the potato salad, crispy skin, I just want the craziest joint. And he's like, what you want to do? I said, let's do it, man.
All right, so you've seen the game change since you got into the music industry. Yeah. What does the process and everything look like for you now when you go into making your music? I mean, is it the same, or are you incorporating other elements thought-wise before you start writing or get with a group of writers? How does it work?
I just, for me, I just want to add to the discography, add to the collection that already exists. And I also sometimes want to just shake it up just a little bit,
just a tad,
so people can feel like, oh, he's not sitting in his sweet spot always, like in his comfort zone. He's still, he's not comfortable.
Right.
He's still aware that he has to work and push and strive. And not rely on the past to kind of ride him through to his moment right now. So that's what I try to push for as much as I can.
Is there anything that you shared this time that we will be surprised about, or a fascinating fact about you?
Was a different time in my life.
Yeah.
So those things, those other shows were 5, 10, 20 years ago, So I am at a different point in my life. And I'm more celebratory. I'm more, I want to have fun and work. Before, I was really about the next.
Yeah.
Nail this, be here. Now I want to do an album. Now I want to go on Broadway. Now I'm going to write a book. And it fulfills me.
All right, so you've been busy. I saw you taking pictures out there already. Yeah. What's been happening with you lately?
Lately, I've just been doing my thing.
And what's your thing?
My thing? Interviews and then singing.
Come on, young lady. I love it. So you have a new song out right now with Van Van, Be You, right?
Yeah.
Talk to me about that song. How was it when you first got it and you started doing the video? How was that?
It was good.
Yeah?
I loved it. It was real good.
When did you first meet Van?
When we first started recording.
She met her, I guess, the first time they record.
Really?
Yeah.
So, but you had seen her online and everything, and
yes,
y'all...
of course. I knew exactly who Van Van was.
Right.
And MC Light called me, and she was like, well, she has asked specifically to have Eris sing on her song.